guys, thanks for joining me for some math today on Monday, even though your booklet says Friday. That was a mix-up on my part. Don't worry too much about that, but worry about getting your math brain ready to go because it's time for math. So get yourself set up and get the video ready to go, and let's work through this page that says Friday, but it's for Monday. Let's work through it together. All right, grade 4, are you ready to do some math? So I'm going to show you this probability. Now, probability is something that you will have done in other grades. I found the wording of this question a little bit confusing myself. So I'm going to go through and explain what it means. And then you'll realize that it's no big deal, because once I really looked at it, it's no big deal. So it's asking me, it's telling me that Sam had 10 marbles in a bag. 3 were brown and 7 were yellow. Now I'm going to draw that out, but instead of using yellow, I'm going to use orange because yellow does not show up well on this camera. So I'm going to draw it out. So imagine that I have a bag of marbles right here. Okay, and in that bag, I have 3 brown marbles. 1, 2, 3. And I have 7 yellow, again, drawing them in orange just because the first time I made this video, I made it in yellow and it did not show up well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All together, he has 10 marbles. So Sam has 10 marbles. Also, fun fact, that's my brother's name. So let's pretend that my brother is the one we're talking about because that makes me enjoy this a lot more. So Sam, my brother, he has a bag of marbles. 3 are brown and 7 are yellow. Again, orange on camera, just because the first time I shot this, I had to reshoot it because it did not look good. Now, we're just going to answer these questions together. And again, follow along. It's nothing to be upset about. Sam had 10 marbles in a bag, 3 brown and 7 yellow. How likely is it that he will choose a brown marble? Well, compare it to the yellow. Do you think it's not very likely that he'll pick a brown? If I go in there and out of all the possible marbles, how likely is it that I will pick a brown marble? It's not likely. Not likely, or you could even say less, moving so I can write better, less likely than yellow. It's less likely you'll get a brown than a yellow. Okay, and then the second one, number 2, how likely is it that he will choose a yellow marble? So remember, it is actually very likely because there's lots more of the yellow marbles. Very likely. Okay, that's all you have to do. Now, number 3, what is the probability of choosing the brown marble? Now this, when we write probability, we just express it almost like a fraction, okay? So just see if I can open this up here. We express it like a fraction. So now let's move on to number 3. It's asking what the probability is of choosing a brown marble. They're just asking you what chance do you have of picking a brown marble if all of the marbles are in the bag and you reach in with your hand. So imagine Sam's reaching in with his hand and he will pick a marble. What chance is it that it's going to be brown? So all you have to do is look at the number of brown marbles, 1, 2, 3, out of what is the total number of marbles you could pick? 10. So the chance, the probability, the chance is 3 out of 10 that you will pick a brown marble. So what about the yellow marbles that I have drawn in orange? Okay, well, how many do we have? Same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yellow marbles out of 10 possible marbles. That just means the chance. Now, I know this sounds tricky and these words are tricky, but just imagine this scenario. Close your eyes and imagine you're hanging out with my brother Sam. I don't know why, but this is imagination. And he has a bag of marbles and you reach in and you pull one out. You're just expressing in numbers what the chance is you're gonna either pull out a brown marble or a yellow marble. If you didn't look and you put your hand in the bag and you pulled out a random marble without looking, this is the chance it would be brown. This is the chance it would be, the probability, the chance it will be brown, the probability, the chance that it will be yellow. Remember, we're using a math word here, and I'm substituting in chance because it might make more sense to you, but probability is kind of like chance. All right. How likely is it that you will watch television today? So I will say you can either have not likely, very likely. For me, it's not likely, as I have got some YouTube videos to make, some YouTube videos to edit, and after that, I have another bunch of stuff on my to-do list. So not likely for me. But you might actually be planning to watch TV later. So or we could count Netflix in that. You might be watching this on the TV. I've had some people send me pictures of them doing their math with my YouTube videos up on their TV. So maybe, very likely. Or if you're not sure, you could put somewhat likely. It's kind of like saying maybe. Somewhat likely. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. Don't freak out about the probability, guys. We will see this again in our daily math this year, but it's something I'm going to cover with you in much more detail in grade 5, okay? So this is all you need to know right now, and I hope that made sense. I had to reshoot this part of the video because the first time I shot it, it was in yellow, and getting these words right took me a while, like thinking of the words to explain it. So when you see it, flip right away to a completely different clip where the lighting is different and I'm using a different voice. Know that that's because I reshot the very beginning of this video. Okay? Okay, and for area, we do something called length times width. So this is the length and this is the width. L times W to find the area. That's how many little meter squares would fit in here, okay? And again, I'm not going to draw all the squares because it just isn't how we figure it out. That would take a long time. So we just go length times width. So my length is 15 times my width, which is 10. And that's going to give me, times anything by 10, just write the number and add a 0, 150. So 150, and I'm going to show you how you write this. 150 meters. And then you put this little floating 2 up here to show that they're meters squared. Okay. If it costs $10 for each meter of fencing, how much will it cost to buy a new fence for the field? Now I want you to think, do you need to look at your area or your perimeter here? So if we're fencing something, do we need to look inside or do we need to know how much is going to go all the way around the outside? Right, we need to know what's going around the outside because we're building a fence. Imagine the animals are in here. Smiling little sheep. He's in there. We don't need to measure fencing for in here. We need a fence around the outside to keep the sheep in and to keep intruders out. So we need to know the perimeter. So that's what we're looking at. So let's look at our sheet here. There's our perimeter, 50 meters. It's $10 per meter. So you're going to go 50 meters times $10. You don't need to have that. 50 meters times 10. Okay. So 50 meters times 10. Each meter is $10. 50 times 10. Remember to times 10. We just write the number and add a 0. That's how you multiply by 10. So it's going to be $500. It's a lot of money to build a fence for the field. Maybe they can make their old fence last. Okay, on to the next page. Again, it says Friday, but it's Monday. And it says checking with multiplication. So when we divide, we can check our answer with multiplication to make sure it's correct. Take a look at this example. So let's take a look at the example, guys. Let's check. Does 6 times 4 equals 24? Yes. That means that our division equation is correct. So we've been doing this lots. We're checking we've been doing a lot of rearranging our numbers so that we can figure out our division. We rearrange, so 4 times 6 is 24. We rearrange to 24 divided by 6 is 4. And all this sheet is telling you to do is check whatever it is you're doing with multiplication. Okay, just check using multiplication. So let's check. Does 6 times 4 equal 24? Yes. That means that our division equation is correct. And this one says 15 divided by 5 is 4. What about this one? Does 4 times 5 equal 15? No. That means our division equation is not correct. So starting to check our division and make sure that we're on the right track. Okay, so let's go here. It says, check each of the equations with multiplication. Are they correct? If the division equation is correct, shade the box green. If it's not correct, shade the box red. So let me get my red and my green out. And red and green. So check each of the equations with multiplication. Are they correct? So let's start here. 20, oh, it's going to be red and green like Christmas. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So is 4 times 5, what does that equal? 20? Then the box can go be green because it's correct. I'm just going to outline the box green because that checks. Okay, 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 3 times 4, those are the two I'm looking at. Yeah, 3 times 4 is 12. It is correct. Amundo. Okay, the next one, 40 divided by 5 is 4. So let's try this. Is 5 times 4? What does that equal? Is it 40? Think about it. No. 5 times 4 is 20. So this one is incorrect. I'm going to get my red marker out now, my smelly markers, and I'm going to outline them. All right, next, 28 divided by 7. So 28 divided by 7 is 4. 7 times 4, think about it, what's 7 times 4? It's 28! 28, not 24. 7 times 6 is, or 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, so yes, this one is correct. Sorry guys, I am filming this very early in the morning. Maybe I should have had more coffee before I tried to talk on camera, but that's okay. You guys know that making mistakes is part of learning. Okay, 21 divided by 3 is 5 now. 3 times 5 is not 21, it's 15. So is 21 divided by 3 equals 5 correct? No, it is not, because it does not make sense with our facts that we know. All right, 60 divided by 6 is 10. Well, we go 6 and 10. 6 times 10. Oh yeah, that's 60. We're good. So now all I have to do is outline these in green. Okay, 36 divided by 6. Is 6 times 2 36? 36 divided by 6, it says is 2, but 6 times 2 is 12. So we know that this can't be correct, right? Because if I rearrange those numbers, they're not a family. They're not making sense. So I'm gonna, you're wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. That's okay. We'll try again. Okay. We have 15 divided by 3 is 5. Well, 3 times 5 is 15. So that one is correct. I have to stop putting the caps on my markers because I need them like all the time. Okay, correct. Okay, 90 divided by 9 is 7. Well, 9, let's check that. That doesn't look right to me, but let's check it. 9 times 7. 9 times 7 is actually 63. So this one is incorrect. Because 90 divided by 9 is not 7, because 9 times 7 is 63. We're checking using our multiplication facts, which I know you've been practicing. Correct? Okay, 54 divided by 9 is 6. So 6 times 9, you got it, it's 54. So this one is correct. All right, 32 divided by 8 is 4. So 8 times 4. Think about what 8 times 4 is, guys. 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. So this one is correct. Green for you. You are correct. All right, the next one. 36 divided by 9 is 2. Well, we're going to check it with multiplication. 9 times 2 is 18. So can this be correct? No, it cannot. Because we're checking using our multiplication facts to make sure that our division makes sense. Okay, the next one it's asking is, explain how you could check this equation using multiplication. So the equation is 24 divided by 3 is 8. So now all you have to think of is, what is 3 times 8? 3 times 8. So we know that, well, I know three times 8 equals 24. So this, or the fact, 24 divided by 3 equals 8 is correct. Solve each division equation, then check. Oh, I'll move this down so you can see. Solve each division equation and then check using multiplication to make sure you are right. So let's solve these equations, guys. Solve them together. 35 divided by 7. 35 divided by 7. Okay, so I have to think. 35 divided by 7. I'm going to think of what it could be. What times 7 is 35? 7 times 5 is 35. So 35 divided by 7 is going to be 5. Check the multiplication fact to make sure you're right. Okay, does that make sense? Does that seem right to you? Does that seem right to you? I think it looks right. Everything seems to be lining up. And those two facts are congruent, right? 35 divided by 7 is 5. 7 times 5 is 35. These make sense. Now let's move on to the next one. What does the next one say? It says 49 divided by 7. So think of your 7's facts. Think carefully of your 7's facts and think about what it could be. Could it be 7? Okay, let's check it. 7 times 7 is 49. So you are correct. 7 times 7 is 49. So you know that these two match. Okay, I hope that made sense to you. I will see you for our next math lesson on our next English day. I think it might be tomorrow for grade 4s. Just check the schedule. I'll see you when I see you. I hope this made sense. And I hope the little bit of interruption in the background wasn't too much. My helper was counting animals in her book, and I don't think you could hear it on camera, but if you could, I apologize for the interruption. I hope that math was helpful. We are switching up our schedule now, so there's going to be days where you are checking in with your Ukrainian teacher, and days where you are checking Miss Lebay or Miss Kravchuk, and days where you're checking in with me. And there'll be a schedule, and we'll know, you'll know what to do. So I'll be here on your English days to teach you some ELA and some math. And I'm always here, even if it's not an English day. If you need to send me a message and ask me a question, I'm there. I've got you. So I hope you're having a wonderful day and you've enjoyed this math, and that these videos are helpful for you. And I think I'm repeating myself, so I'm going to stop now. So yeah, have a great day, guys.